So now I'm just going to demonstrate the correct way to replace these blocks into an existing drawing. So the incorrect way would be to just open the library detail and do a Control-C and then try to paste it. So that would be incorrect. So we don't want these blocks to be overwritten by the history of what is nested into these older files. And we have some inconsistency with block names. So that could cause some issues in the future too. So what we want to do is want to purge and completely get rid of all the old history of blocks that are in this file before you bring in the new ones. Okay, so what we're going to do, here's an example. So this one has a 5 1/4 slab and the Hack T70. So I just have to kind of remember those things. And the insertion point for our new detail is the top of slab, face of slab intersection. So what I'm going to do is just going to give myself a construction line from that point. And I'm just going to draw it kind of at an angle just so it's kind of a weird line. I'll remember to delete that later. So now all I'm going to do is erase everything that is associated with the slab, the embed, hook lug, and mat clip in this detail currently. Okay, so might be a little scary, but we're going to do it. Trust the process. So we're going to delete. And there's a bunch of nested things in here. Delete. I'm going to delete this. That. Oh, I erased that line. Oh, erase the block. And then I can keep these extra dims that are not part of the block. That is part of the block. You can see we have an extra line here. See, so there's a lot of kind of nested things in there. Okay, so we're going to keep it like this. So your detail should look like it's missing something. So before we can insert, this is the point once you have deleted those old blocks out of this file. Now you need to purge. So to do that, you do a PU at the command line, enter. Make sure the blocks here is checked, and then click this button here, purge checked items. And once you click that, if you still see this plus sign, that means there's still more blocks in there. So click this again until that plus sign is gone. Now that means all the blocks have been purged out of this one file. So then hit close. Now I can insert from the library that whole detail with the new blocks in it. So we're going to go Parts 4, browse to the Walters and Wolff Anchors folder, click on the side view detail here, hit OK, and then our insertion point will be the end of that little construction line. It will prompt you for the callout, so go ahead and place that if you need to place it, and then you can delete it if your detail already has a callout, and then you can delete your construction line. Okay, so that got the blocks in here, but again, we still need to do a little cleanup. So you may still need to do some cleanup, but at least you have the current blocks in there. So now I would have to adjust the slab up by 1/4 inch, make sure your ortho is on. So now I have my 5 1/4 slab again, and I have to change this to the Hack 70, right? And I can adjust that and make it cleaner. And now I can also add that missing dimension from top of slab to center of the embed. So now you can finish up your detailing as normal. But now you have the correct blocks, and then just hit save, and then you're done. Now let's do the same thing on a vertical detail. Okay, so just like the horizontal detail, we're going to give ourselves a reference point. And so for the reference point for our vertical details is the back of mullion centerline intersection. So I'm going to go ahead again, give myself a construction line from that intersection point and just draw it at an angle. Okay. Then I'm going to delete everything associated with the slab, mat clip, delete all these things, delete these notes because they're part of my detail, and then delete the hook lug because that's also part of my detail. And I'll just keep those dimensions. Okay, but before I insert, we're got to purge. So again, PU for purge. Purge checked items. Again, until that plus sign next to the blocks is gone. There we go. That one took 3 times. Hit close. Now again, go to Parts Library, Parts 4. Click on the top view now. Okay. And the insertion point should be the same datum point. And again, you can place this and then delete it if you don't need it. And just remember to delete the construction line. And you're good. So again, you can make sure anything needs to be adjusted in the back, or any of these notes might be overlapping, something like that. You can now move them. Do what you need to do to get your detail up to par for your job. But now you have the correct blocks in there. And then just be sure to save, and you're good to go.